Jeff Beck dead, Ozzy Osbourne, Sir Brian May. Jimmy Page lead tributes to guitar legend. Ozzy Osbourne, Sir Brian May and Jimmy Page are among the musical heavyweights that have paid tribute to six-stringed warrior Jeff Beck, following his death. Osbourne was among the first to pay tribute to Beck, writing that it had been such an honor to know and play with him on his most recent album. The renowned guitarist, known for his work with the Yardbirds and the Jeff Beck Group, died on Tuesday at the age of 78, his family said in a statement posted online. The work produced by the Jeff Beck Group provided the template for the heavy metal explosion of the 1970s, which was adopted by bands such as Black Sabbath. Writing on Twitter following the announcement, Osbourne wrote, "I can't express how saddened I am to hear of Jeff Beck music's passing. What a terrible loss for his family, friends and his many fans. It was such an honor to have known Jeff and an incredible honor to have had him play on my most recent album, Patient No. 9. Long live Jeff Beck." Patient No. 9 was released in September 2022, and was to be one of Beck's final musical collaborations. Osbourne's bandmate, Tony Iommi, also praised Beck as an outstanding iconic genius guitar player and said there would never be another like him. Posting on Twitter, Iommi wrote, "I was totally shocked to hear the very sad news of Jeff Beck's passing. Jeff was such a nice person and an outstanding iconic, genius guitar player. There will never be another Jeff Beck. His playing was very special and distinctively brilliant. He will be missed. R.I.P. Jeff, Tony." Queen guitarist Sir Brian May said Beck was the absolute pinnacle of guitar playing and a damn fine human being. "Gutted, so sad, to hear of Jeff's passing. He was the governor. He was inimitable. Irreplaceable, the absolute pinnacle of guitar playing," he wrote on Instagram. "And a damn fine human being. I'm sure I will have a lot to say, but right now, just lost for words. Bree Jeff Beck." Beck joined the Yardbirds in 1965, replacing the band's former guitarist Eric Clapton, following a chance encounter with Led Zeppelin's Jimmy Page. Page described Beck as the six-stringed warrior and praised his apparently limitless musical imagination, in his own online tribute. "The six-stringed warrior is no longer here for us to admire the spell he could weave around our mortal emotions," Page wrote online. "Jeff could channel music from the ethereal. His technique unique. His imagination's apparently limitless. Jeff, I will miss you along with your millions of fans. Jeff Beck, rest in peace." David Gilmour of Pink Floyd said he was devastated by the death of his friend and hero. "I am devastated to hear the news of the death of my friend and hero Jeff Beck, whose music has thrilled and inspired me and countless others for so many years," he wrote on Twitter. "Polly's and my thoughts go out to his lovely wife Sandra. He will be forever in our hearts." Whitesnake lead singer David Coverdale called Beck a unique, electrifying musician, adding on Twitter, "My sincere heartfelt condolences to his wife, his family, his friends and fans." Others hailed Beck's powerful influence on themselves and countless others within the musical industry. Rolling Stones frontman Sir Mick Jagger said music had lost one of the greatest guitar players in the world. "With the death of Jeff Beck, we have lost a wonderful man and one of the greatest guitar players in the world," he wrote on Twitter, sharing a video of the pair playing together. "We will all miss him so much." Genesis lead guitarist Steve Hackett said Beck had been a powerful influence on myself and many others. Writing on Twitter following news of Beck's death, Hackett wrote, "Devastating news about the loss of much-loved, influential guitar legend Jeff Beck. He made the electric guitar sing, a powerful influence on myself and many others." Across the pond, U.S. musicians including Joe Perry of Aerosmith, Brian Wilson, Hollywood Vampires, Kiss and ZZ Top also paid their respects to Beck. Perry described him as the Salvador Dali of guitar and said the world was a poorer place following his death. Jeff Beck was the Salvador Dali of guitar. To see him play was to hear the ultimate six-string alchemist create magic in a world of its own, he wrote. With his passing, the world is a poorer place. Our heartfelt sympathies go out to Sandra. We share your sorrow. Beach Boys singer and co-founder Wilson recalled fond memories of touring with Beck in 2013. I'm so sad to hear about Jeff Beck passing. Jeff was a genius guitar player, and me and my band got to see it close up when we toured with him in 2013, he wrote. One of the highlights we did was Danny Boy. We both loved that song. Love and mercy to Jeff's family. Supergroup Hollywood Vampires, comprising of Johnny Depp, Alice Cooper, Joe Perry and Tommy Henriksen, also paid tribute to Beck online, describing him as a true innovator. We are saddened to hear of the passing of our dear friend and guitar legend Jeff Beck, the band's account wrote. Jeff's incredible musicianship and passion for guitar has been an inspiration to us all. He was a true innovator and his legacy will live on through his music. Rest in peace, Jeff. Elsewhere, members of Kiss, Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley, also expressed their shock and disbelief at the news. The band's bassist, Gene Simmons, said the news was heartbreaking. In a post online, Simmons wrote, "Heartbreaking news to report the late, great Jeff Beck has sadly passed. No one played guitar like Jeff. Please get a hold of the first 2 Jeff Beck group albums and behold greatness. R.I.P." Kiss's frontman, Paul Stanley, described Beck as one of the all-time guitar masters. Posting a picture of Beck on his Twitter, he wrote, "Wow. What awful news. Jeff Beck, one of the all-time guitar masters, has died." From the Yardbirds and the Jeff Beck Group on, he blazed a trail impossible to follow. Play on now and forever.